Hi everyone, welcome to School of Scarlet. I'm so happy to be here with you today. So today I want to talk about a rose that grew through the concrete. This is a poem by Tupac. Tupac is an artist, rapper, artist that I grew up listening to. I grew up in the times of having the big sound systems in your car that would like bump and you get the subwoofer and all of that. And I had a boyfriend and I had friends that had those kind of cars and we just bumped our Tupac's music all over Houston. So Tupac is an amazing rapper artist. He's a lyricist that has created amazing music that it still resonates with me today. So check him out if you're not familiar with him. But he was also a poet, so I am also going to be sharing this poem I have here. That's why I'm bringing it up. But today it was kind of an inspirational thing. I've been gone from my house for a day or two, but in that time, some amazing things have happened. So I kind of just want to share that with you here today. But as I came home, my rose bushes are near my front door, and they're not really like where they can get to my door, but somehow or another, one of the roses grew and grew and grew, and it made its way all the way to my front door. So much so that I opened the front door this morning, or my door, and the screen door was still there, and there was this red rose, huge red rose right there in my face. So it was a great blessing and just a beautiful gift this morning to see that rose there. But how did that rose get there? How did it do that? It seems so out of this world. It just doesn't make sense. How did it grow so fast and why did it come there? I do notice something about my roses. My roses tend to grow towards the house, towards the door, towards us. And so they've done a lot of studies on plants and consciousness and things like that. And if you want to look into that, Google it. But plants are conscious, and plants, everything is conscious, y'all. But plants, they grow towards those things that are positive, like the sun, like positive frequency music they've even tested. And so the plant will go towards those things. They'll actually grow towards humans. So if like we're always passing by that door right there, the roses want to grow that way. So it's just life, right? Life wants more of life. It wants to experience more of that goodness of life. So let me go ahead and start reading this poem to you. The poem is titled "The Rose That Grew Through the Concrete," which is why it inspired me to share this poem with you today. Did you hear about the rose that grew? Proving nature's law is wrong. It learned to walk without having feet. Funny, it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from the concrete when everyone else didn't care. So you see, you don't need anyone there to care about your dreams, about you, about anything. You just need to be persistent and just keep on going. Just keep on going. Just keep on going, like Dory says in Finding Nemo. It's as simple as that. And that's why like you'll see all of these things about you just need a mustard seed of faith. You really do. You just need to keep your eye on the ball. And so all of these appearances in our world will pop up. You might have bad weather. You might have an angry customer. You might have an argument with your spouse. You might have an argument with your child, some mix up somewhere, or some issues with your family. All of these things are going to happen. They're going to pop up here and there in our lives. But how are we going to respond to those is the question. Will you be closed or will you be open is the question. The rose in this case was open, was very open to just continuing on. It had no problems just continuing on. And it did things that were miraculous. All of a sudden now it's growing out of concrete. Did it tell itself that it couldn't because it was in the wrong place? It was surrounded in an area that was hard, tough, and just not the right area for it to grow, not the right nourishment. Did it give up because that aspect was missing? No. It continued to live on its dreams and just continued to grow just naturally right there, even though it was just concrete. And it grew and it grew and it grew and it bloomed and it showed its beauty to this world. So much so that when someone saw that rose growing out of the concrete, they were so inspired to write a poem about it. And if you really look into it, there's so much art and paintings and even other poems and things about the rose and different plants and things that grow out of concrete or that grow in spaces and places that there is no nourishment. There is no one there that cares, like the poem says. You don't need applause. You don't need encouragement or someone there. Yes, that would be nice. Yes, that would be lovely, but we don't need that. We don't need that. You have yourself, and so we have an option. When these things come up in our lives that are hard to deal with, whatever it happens to be, we can either be closed or open, like I say. So what does that look like? Let's explore that a little bit. So I want to just kind of plug my course a little bit. I am doing a course called Unlocked, and everything that I've been talking about in the last couple videos is all the kind of energy and the sort of energetics that we are sharing in Unlocked. We are really releasing. We are really aligning with those things that are aligned with who we truly are. And we are choosing those things consciously. See, you've always been aware, but have you been conscious of what you've been doing? So that's what this course is about. It's about unlocking all of these areas that we are so just trapped in that you can't even grow. You can't even grow in fertile soil. So we have to unlock these things so that you can have the persistence and the resistance, like this rose in this poem, to grow even in the concrete. Okay, so let's talk about being closed. So when we're closed, it's like this. Let's put an example of an argument, okay, with someone, an argument with your spouse, let's say, or something, or you could say an argument with your child, whoever it happens to be. But these things happen, do they not? They happen, okay? We all have different preferences. We all have different hang-ups. We all have different upbringings. We have different lives. Like, of course, these things are going to happen. It's very natural. So when these things arise, you have one of two ways to dealing with it. The closed way to dealing with it is probably the most common way that people actually deal with these things. They have an argument with someone. Let's say it is a friend, coworker, someone like that. They may even decide, hey, I don't like this person. This whole situation is just horrible. I don't ever want to be around them. They write them off or whatever. And all of a sudden they begin to go into a deep, dark spiral. And this spiral turns into, oh, I can't do this. Or the energy gets so low that literally you can't create. When you're in this vibration, my friends, you can't even create a painting. You have to be in a certain vibration, a certain mindset to have that ability. And so this sort of situation when we're closed begins to close us energetically, meaning like we don't even have the life force energy to create the things that are aligned with our dreams. So it kind of like pushes you out of the game. If you close, you're out. You're out of this game. And you'll feel closed because you'll start to feel smaller. Like literally, you'll start to feel smaller. You'll start to sit more hunched in. You'll start to feel compression in your chest. Whereas if you're open to life. And if we see people that are open, like, in a movie or something, they're like skipping, their arms are open, they're very free. But when someone has just had an argument, when someone is closed to life or just doesn't think that their dreams will ever happen or thinks that people are against them or whatever, they are very closed. And you'll see this in their body language as well. So closed to open is very obvious, which is why we can actually choose to do either. If we find ourselves being very closed, it may happen that at first we are very triggered by something and we close up, we clam up. But we begin to see that this isn't helping us. It's hurting us. We start to feel kind of sick or down, or we're not meeting our goals anymore. We're not even trying anymore. We've thrown in the towel, like we've just given up on our goals altogether. I've seen people like this. Suddenly they have an argument with a spouse or something like that, or something happens like a divorce and they just give up totally on their dreams. They feel like if they don't have that person, then that whole situation's gone. And you see, you are your own person. You have your own gifts, your own ways of being. You have your own life that you can share with others. You have a lot of impact here for who you are. You're an infinite piece in this universe, like infinity. You're a piece in that, and it's important that you be who you are. It's important that you share the gifts that you have. It's important that you align to the whatever unfolding is happening in your life and go that path without having to feel this resistance against life because you feel that others are not on board with you. You don't need anybody on board with you but you. So really the real test here, the real test here is to test you. It's not to test your spouse. It's not to test your family. It's not to test your child or your coworkers or anyone else. It's to test you. Can you handle this? Are you still moving forward? Do you still truly love this dream? And if it is a true dream, you will persist and you will be that rose that grew from the concrete. So, is the dream within you truly your dream? And if it is, align with that. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything stop you, my friend. Nothing in this life should have any influence on what's in your heart. I hope that this message was inspiring. I hope that you will stay on your path. I hope that you will accomplish all of your dreams despite nobody being there. It doesn't matter who's there or not there. What you'll find is no one's usually there till you accomplish your dreams, and then everybody shows up. Watch a couple movies, my friends. There's lots of stories like this. This is a very natural way to evolve in our life, the unfolding of many people's lives. And I know that a lot of people that I talk to here on this channel are living these lives. They are artists, musicians, creators. And so all of you, I'm talking to you. Continue on with your gifts, with your dreams. Don't let anything stop you in this life. I love you all.